Welcome back to Grit and Gut Podcast, where toughness talks the grit, the grind, the guts, and the greatness, all things wrestling. I'm your co-host, Coach Craig VanDyke.
And I'm Mike Harbison, and today we are recapping the men's freestyles results. The great, the good, and the well. Well, let's just get into it, Craig.
Hey, before we get into the results, Mike, did you see the UFC fight that broke out with Musa?
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
So,
Yeah.
so what I don't understand is I didn't think that we could punch in freestyle wrestling. I thought that was something that maybe they would say you're disqualified for, but they did not disqualify him. He finished the match.
Yeah, which that's wild to me. I know certain instances they do let it, kind of just, hey, let's calm it down. Let's, pull it back a little bit, pull the brakes, whatever. But in this situation, they might not have been wrong to DQ him in that one, but
I agree. They
yeah,
let it go on.
they
Musa
did.
ends up losing that match, and then he ends up losing in the repechage as well. So reigning world champion, he did not get on the podium this time around. But
Yeah,
let's focus on the U.S. guys. Starting at 57, Spencer Lee. Obviously, we had high hopes for him. He ends up going 1-1 and not
yeah,
getting on the podium. We had him in the finals. We had him winning. I just so everyone knows, he didn't not place. He goes 1-1. He gets
yeah,
ninth place. That's still points for Team USA. So even in ninth place, he scores 14 points for USA. The way the team scoring works is they rank everyone in the bracket, and if you're in the top 10, you score points. So if even that 10th place guy scores 2 points for the team, the champion gets 25, and then there's numbers in between. But Spencer Lee did contribute to the team. Took ninth, obviously not where he wants to be, not where we expected to be. Mike, thoughts?
for sure. And his opening match, boy, how you had to get excited about watching him the rest
Yeah,
of the tournament, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Yusuf, he demolished him 10-0 in just over a minute. So it was just like, what?
Yeah.
But then, Armenia's guy just hit the brakes on that one, man, with a 14-3 tech, and it was like, shoot, man. So yeah, I don't know. It got really, it was exciting after the first match. It was like, okay, here we go. This is Spencer Lee, he's on a roll, and just, that's why we wrestle the matches, right?
That's why that's exactly it. I didn't think he looked quite the same in that second match, just from an energy thing. And then,
Yeah,
over the course of the match, things just kind of started getting away from him. And then that score, I mean, as we know in freestyle matches, that score can go crazy. And it's just
real
like
quick.
it's almost like it was like a mental thing where he's just letting these situations, and then all of a sudden you're getting tech. So I don't know that he looked quite right. We'll probably never know what was going on, but he didn't make any excuses. I mean, you
No,
heard
he
him
never does.
afterwards, so champion mindset there. He's going to come back, right?
Oh, he's
He's
a
going to come
beast,
back
man.
better
Yeah.
than ever.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's move up to 61. The Young Guns, Jax Forrest. Man, what an incredible performance! I mean,
Ooh,
he gets to the semifinals, drops an understandably tough match. I mean, he was in it though. I mean, he was battling. Jax really proved that he belongs on the world stage. Obviously some controversy in his bronze medal match. Mike, I'll let you talk to that. I mean, that was a frustrating situation. You talk about going from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows in seconds. I mean, yikes.
yeah, yeah, and yeah. So, um, but I mean, gosh darn, man, his first three matches,
Yeah.
holy
Win over
cow.
Suda of Japan. I mean,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
he
man,
goes 3-2 in his first senior level worlds. Gets into a medal match. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
he kind of outperformed, I think, our expectations for him. So
He demolished, I think, our expectations, right?
yeah,
Like, I mean,
yeah,
he looked so impressive, and Kyrgyzstan's guy, in the quarterfinals beat him. I mean, it's just,
yeah.
gosh darn, man, what a
He
showing. He's
he could be the
he's
future of this weight class for a while, right now.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
And what, I mean, too, he's young, so how much? I mean, how much weight is he going to grow into his body? He's not He's not done
Yeah.
yet, but still not even nervous about the guy getting bigger. Because
Yeah, of course yeah, at that
he's just
weight, Mike,
good.
it's a 61, so in the Olympic year we're going to need him to be up or down from that. He's going to have to go down or up from there. So hopefully he does grow into maybe that 65 spot. But hey, at 65, we had another newcomer to the senior world team, Real
Exactly.
Woods, and he definitely exceeded my expectations, our expectations. He wins a world bronze. He goes 4-1. He only lost to the champion, Mike Real Woods. Wow, what a performance from him!
Oh man, and that gritty, gritty, gritty bronze medal match, boy! Like,
Yes,
how can you
yes,
not be just thrilled about
yeah,
Real Woods right now, man? Like, good night. What a
yeah,
boss, man. He was just,
mm-hmm,
he fought through that whole tournament. And
mm-hmm.
gosh, man, he had huge wins over Sujit and I'm going to butcher his name, Kazimirov, and
Yeah, yeah,
Biabani from Canada.
mm-hmm,
I mean, he just,
mm-hmm.
I am
He,
super excited for Real Woods. And you're probably going to hear me
he's a
say I'm
dog.
super excited a lot when we talk about men's freestyle, right? Because it's going to be a common theme, I think, for years to come with men's freestyle.
Absolutely. Well, Woods proved that he's got that dog in him, man,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how exciting. That was great. All right, moving up to another youngster at 70 kilos, PJ Duke.
PJ did.
He goes 1-1 in the tournament, but I'll tell you, he took a loss to the reigning world champion from Kazakhstan. But man, he's battling. He's in it. I do think that he proved that he belongs at this world stage. Obviously, he's young. Um, you know, I think the excitement with both Forrest and Duke, we look back, and of course we'll talk about Kyle Snyder in a little bit, but we look back to a young guy coming on and proving
Yep.
himself early. Now, even though these guys didn't win and didn't medal, I think there's kind of that same excitement with Kyle Snyder. It's like, okay, these guys are going to be around for multiple cycles, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then too, like, PJ did pick up a dominant 11-0 tech, in
Mm-hmm.
his opener.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think for PJ, like this experience, and like you said, he's going to believe in himself because he's a very successful wrestler. We all as wrestlers are going to believe in ourselves. It doesn't matter if you're down 9-0 with 20 seconds left. You're like, oh, I'm about to, I'm going to do something. I'm going to win this, right? So it's just because we're wrestlers. But I
Mm-hmm.
think him being on this stage and competing the way that he did, I think his training and just what he truly knows he can do, like now he knows it. It's not just believing in himself. He knows what he can do. Man, I think sweet Jesus, man, it's gonna be awesome going forward in the next year and just see how he does, man. It's gonna be awesome for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Penn State commit. All right. Let's go up to 74. Historically a great weight class for us. We talked about that. There was kind of some expectations there. And David Carr was right there.
Yep,
He was right there.
man.
He's in the bronze medal match. He ends up taking fifth for Team USA with a loss to Sidikov, who we know has beaten our greats before, but he was in that match. Very winnable match. And David Carr, I think he's going to be the representative for us at the Olympics. I think he's going to continue to improve. And I think he'll medal before the Olympics, by the way. But I think that he's going to be there on the Olympic podium in LA 2028.
Oh, for sure. I'm right there with you on Carr. I mean, just even watching how much he has improved in his, freestyle and international wrestling over the last
Mm-hmm.
year, right? And he was sharp with early big wins, and lost to Albania's Valiev, and then came back and,
Mm-hmm.
hit a 10-0 win, right? And that bronze medal match, man, it was
Yeah,
that's one of those that could go either way, right?
absolutely.
Is it is what it is, man. And those
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just that's what happens, So I'm
That's
yeah, again
yeah.
excited for Carr, right? Right? It's just
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I know he did some work with JB, and you can see
yeah.
that in
Oh
his
yeah.
low level attacks. I mean, just he's quick. His timing is perfect. So yeah, he's just going to keep getting better.
Oh
He's
yeah.
I don't think he's hit his peak yet. So that's
Oh, not
exciting.
even close. And especially now
Absolutely.
working with JB. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so hey, let's move up to 79. Another huge surprise for me. I'll
huge
have to go back and watch our tape on
for sure,
what we
right?
thought, but I don't think that we had Levi Haynes in the finals. I don't think we had him getting a silver medal. But boy, he was so impressive. You talk about grit. This guy was just so freaking gritty and gutsy in his matches. Uh, Bringing home a world silver. I mean, this is huge. You know, he scored 20
Huge.
points for Team USA. Another Penn Stater. Uh, Man, Levi Haynes just way outdoing expectations.
Blew it out of the water. I was like, I'm sitting here all like, I remember talking. I was like, well, he's good. He's stingy on giving up points, and if he can just keep matches close, and then come back and win. What? He's blowing mugs out of the water, man. Like he wasn't keeping matches close. He's basically telling me to shut up, and like
He
he
heard you,
tore it
Mike.
up, man. Yeah, he
He was
heard me.
like,
He
guess
must have been
what?
like, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm gonna score some dang points, right? And he just,
That's right.
holy cow, man, he did great all the way through and won that 3-2
Yep.
thriller, right? For this, and then to
Mm-hmm.
get into the silver.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just,
Yep.
man, it was great, man. And
Yeah.
thank you for shutting me up, and proving me
we
completely wrong on my
we
analysis.
yeah,
I'm very
we
thankful for
love
that.
being
Yeah.
exactly. We love being proven wrong with
Heck
great
yeah,
results.
man. In that
So you
situation for
know,
sure.
yeah. So look, 79, 86, 92, 97, and then we didn't have a great performance at 125, but hey, we got a murderer's row going right here. And you
Oh my
add Carr into
gosh,
that. I mean, our upper half is just going to be a murderer's row here. So
dude.
86, 86, finally,
I just got a
my
slow clap for 86 Zahid Valencia.
yeah,
What on
been waiting
God's
for
good
this.
earth?
I've been waiting for this for years. I Now this is a prediction I did make. I said
Yep.
that I think he can be as good or better than David Taylor, and he is proving that. So
Gosh,
listen, the
dog.
last time I remember somebody going, a U.S. Wrestler especially, going unscored upon in the World Championships was Kyle Dake, 2018. Kyle teched his way to the finals, won a close 3-0 match in the finals. Zahid outdid that. Not only did he not give up a point, tech, 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 tech. I mean, he completely dominated. His defense was just, it was Dake esque, actually.
Oh,
Zahid, he's on his way, man. He's on his way to being better than David Taylor, I think.
yeah, yeah. Which is, yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, he he just dominated
You saw
everybody. And
Gossimport. You saw what he did to Gossimport.
Gossenport, that's what I was about to go into, man.
7-0,
He
closest match.
he
I mean,
broke that dude's will. Like
he gave up.
he
He gave up at the end of the match. He didn't even wrestle
he
out the
gave
full
yeah,
time.
he gave up.
Yeah.
Look, Zahid straight up little kidded him. Like I'm your daddy for real, and you might as well just stop and give up because I'm killing you. And my lord, there ain't even enough time in this podcast to talk about how impressive Zahid was, man. I mean,
Absolutely. Sky's the limit. Definitely
gosh,
my
yes.
MVP of the tournament. Just utterly dominant. And, closest match being 7-0 over one of the greats. I mean, Gasimpor is absolutely amazing wrestler.
And
So Zahid
yeah,
Valencia, he's going to keep it rolling. He's going to keep it rolling.
jeez,
He's a
yeah,
California kid. I
yep.
can't wait for him to be right near his hometown in LA in 2028 at the top of that Olympic podium.
And how beautiful is that going to be in 28 in LA, in California, where he's from, where his dad coached him and his brother. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be that's going to be a beautiful moment, and I can't wait to
Absolutely.
watch it.
Absolutely. All right, moving up to 92. Guy that we believed in, but we did
Yep.
sleep on him a little bit. Trent Hidlay, man, he must have listened too, and he said, "Shut up, Craig. Shut up, Mike.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
show you. I'm gonna show you how good this underhook is. Everyone knows this underhook is coming, and guess what? It's still gonna work. Now you talk about having a dog in him. Oh, the grit and gut that he showed. Oh, come back. I mean." Wow, how exciting. Now, this being a non Olympic weight, that sucks.
Yes.
It's like we need him in there, but where does he go? I don't know, but he is deserving and he is in the conversation. As great as Zahid is, if he goes down there, he's gonna have a battle with Hidley.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's going to be. Gosh, I wish we could
Yeah,
expand these Olympic dang weights,
they
right?
should be,
They
absolutely
should,
should
right?
have
And we could
10
have
weights.
this
Yeah,
argument for
yeah,
man, yeah, but Highly
yeah.
man, like I can't say enough crazy, great, amazing things about him as well, right? And it's wild. And by the way, did you see the other night WWE? He was at the WWE and they honored him
I
at the
didn't,
WWE
I
event.
didn't see it. I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
man, it was cool, man. They
It
put a
was
thing up like
great.
game recognizes game, and had him there
Okay.
and like he was down the
Hey,
front
that's
row.
cool.
Yeah, it was
That's
pretty
cool.
sweet, man. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I mean, what are we gonna do, right? Like we've got to. I don't know. Do we need to like just fight the Olympic Committee to expand these weights and just crack it open even more? Because we all know it makes no sense
Yeah.
at, for the Olympics that they don't have the same weights that they have at the World Championships.
Yeah. Totally agree. We could probably do a whole show on that.
I
It
know.
it it defies logic. I mean, the oldest sport in the world,
For
in
real.
the original Olympic Games, like
The
they should let
OG.
us do what we need to do for our sport.
Especially, yeah. And especially like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
go. But
Yeah.
anyways, super impressed with Headley. Like he's
Absolutely.
amazing. I'm so
Hmm.
proud of him. Like,
Yeah.
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 And that
Very
shootout
cool.
in the finals, man.
Mm.
He
Giving up fours, going
yeah.
back and getting them and he didn't abandon what he's good at.
No.
It didn't work. He didn't abandon. He goes back to it. He figures it out. Just
Yeah.
smart wrestling, gritty wrestling, tons of guts.
Hard as woodpecker lips. That's what he is, man. He's just man, he's unbreakable. Man. He is
Sir, I'm unfamiliar with that saying. All right. How about Captain America, Kyle Snyder up at 97? We didn't know. We didn't
Yep.
know where his mind would be, how his training was, but I tell you what, wow, the king is back. It was so great to see Snyder out there doing what he
Yep.
does and getting back to the top of the podium. Super exciting for Kyle. 2015 was his first world championship. 2025 his latest. 10 years in
10
between,
years.
all sorts of medals in between. It's so awesome, and he is one of the reasons we get so excited about these younger kids. 10 years ago he
Yeah.
won. So now we got PJ Duke, Jax Forrest, and we're going, hey, we're going to get them in 2035 and beyond. So
Yeah.
Kyle Snyder, he was such an inspiration to us back then, and even with stuff going on off the
Oh yeah.
mat, showing that hey, there's second chances, there's comebacks, and wow, to cap this year with a gold medal, wow, super exciting for Team USA and for Kyle Snyder.
For sure. And then also, I mean, not that he ever looks out of shape, like he's never out of shape because he's always a gas pedal kind of guy. Like he's gonna wear you out.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I think, man, this go around, this tournament, his tank was just huge. He just seemed even more determined, more
Mm,
focused, more in shape, and
yeah.
more conditioned. And so I was excited to see this Kyle Snyder.
Yep.
Thrilled that he came and did what Kyle Snyder does, and just
Yeah.
did his thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So he's back, and we just expect him to be our 97 representative. It's kind
Yeah,
of a foregone conclusion with him being there. All right. So um, our now unfortunately our only wrestler who didn't get a chance to win a match,
yeah,
Hendrickson. You know. He didn't quite look his normal self, and obviously for those of you who haven't traveled overseas,
yeah.
it can be tough on the body. It can be tough on your sleep cycles. I'm not necessarily speculating on what happened here. Obviously, they
Not
have
at all.
acclimation camp beforehand, but he just didn't look himself. He didn't. It was like he had like 90%, and he didn't have that extra 10% that
Yeah,
makes him so great. But he's young. Is his first experience here, Mike. What do we think about Big Wyatt?
yeah. I mean, it was a tough draw, and speaking on the whole overseas, like my first time in Greece, I mean, I had all my food on the plane and I landed, and I was, for 100 kilos, and I landed, and I put on 8 pounds, and it would not
Mm.
come off. And it was
Mm.
wild. And even my nutrition, when I was talking to my nutrition guy, I'm like, what is going on? He's like, oh man, you're just gonna have to do a just traditional wrestling, old school weight cut the night before. I was like, well, this is miserable. I thought I did
Yeah.
everything right. So,
Yeah.
sometimes figuring out the travel and stuff like that, different things like that.
Yeah.
That is a factor, and who knows what happened. But yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, I agree with you. It definitely was not the Wyatt that we are used to seeing.
Yeah.
Something was definitely off, and who knows what it could have been. But
Sure.
just is what it is, and it's water under
Yeah.
the bridge now. And hopefully, he learned from whatever happened. And which I'm sure he did. He's got DT and stuff like that on his side. So, and
Sure. Yeah.
Zahid and all that, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm sure they've already looked at everything, they figured it all out, and developed a different plan for the next go around. So it'll be all good.
Absolutely.
He'll be back. Just a little disheartening to see it turn out
Yeah, of
that way.
course. Yeah, of course. Like I said, our only wrestler who didn't get a win goes 0-1. Fairly tough draw,
Yep.
but also a guy that I know that he can beat, and I think he's still should be considered one of the best in the world. And I think he's going to prove that in future years.
Oh yeah.
Mike, I want to give a couple shout outs to some of our other Americans that were representing other teams.
Oh yeah.
Um, Gomez representing Mexico took eighth. He had a win over Musakayev
Yep.
earlier in the year. Musakayev actually ended up ninth in that bracket, so Gomez bested him there. Rivera representing Puerto Rico, Sebastian Rivera. He
Yeah.
ends up seventh, so he's scoring team points. Hey, Team Puerto Rico looks pretty good with mostly mostly guys that we are very familiar with from the
Yeah. Which is
NCAA.
cool.
Um, and then probably the top performance is RBY. He went 3-2.
Yep.
He beat another American, Darian Cruz. He ends up fifth. But man, I love watching RBY wrestle.
Oh yeah.
Um, he ends up losing to the North Korean guy, same guy that beat Cruz, but had a great World Championships. I thought 3-2 in the bronze medal match, fifth place. So
Yep.
there you go, three placers that were representing other countries. Of course, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so they
Which
are
is
U.S.
awesome. Yeah.
citizens there too. And so we got a lot of wrestlers, for NCAA wrestlers representing them. We had wrestlers representing Italy, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Ecuador. So we had a lot of our American wrestlers out there, and I like it, Mike. I don't
Yep.
know. Maybe just to wrap it up, you can tell me your thoughts. Just like we were talking about the expansion of weight classes, which is
Yep.
important. If we can't have that, we want to see all our Americans out there. We want to see them all. I would love to see a podium with three Americans on
Yeah.
it, or more. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that, Mike?
So I'm all about it, man. And like you said, if we're not going to expand weight classes, then these guys have to go find ways to compete, right?
Yeah.
And competing for these countries, I think is great. It's great for the countries. It's great for wrestling in those countries,
Mm-hmm.
right? And at the end of the day, as wrestlers, right, we just love to see the sport grow and
Yeah.
grow more. And I think when you have a guy like RBY and Gomez and different things like that competing for your team, it
Yeah.
grows the sport exponentially in those countries, right? And
Yeah.
so
For sure.
I'm all about it. I think it's great. I think it's great for the sport. Does make me nervous if we don't expand these weight classes like Hidley and stuff like that. Like, are there
Mm-hmm.
going to be other
Yeah.
countries that say, hey, why don't you come on
Yeah.
over here and I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when that happens. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Absolutely.
as of right now, I still like it. They steal Hidley, I'll fight some people.
He's ours. Leave him
Yeah,
alone.
exactly. Don't touch them. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm all about it, man. I think it's great. I love it. I love watching these guys wrestle. I just love watching wrestling, and so it's nice to
Yeah.
see these U.S. guys able to compete on that stage, right?
Absolutely. All right. Well, there you have it. Team USA men's freestyle results.